Hey everybody, Logan here. You knew I was going to talk about this, and I wanted to wait until everything came out the end of the day, so that's why I'm pretty much recording it the day after the Nintendo Switch 2 full reveal announcement direct, whatever you want to call it. The controller, the accessories. You knew I was going to focus on this because that controller, I did a video not too long ago saying, hey, Nintendo needs to take notice about the 8BitDo Ultimate 2C, and that's really what a lot of gamers want, that design, the feel, the features. Well, Nintendo gave us their Switch 2 Pro controller, and it's a thing. It's a thing. Let's take a look at it. I'm going to show you, and then I'm going to show you all my gripes. Will I buy one day one when I get my Switch? Of course I will. My Switch 2. And I'm going to really dive into this controller and see all the things Nintendo could have done, but didn't. Because if they are using certain parts and not telling us, why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they? So again, let's go to Nintendo.com and I'm going to show you. Okay. Nintendo Switch 2 Pro controller. It's a bit more pro. It's a bit more pricey. We're going to start with that $79.99 price tag. $80. Okay. Includes USB-C charging cable. Ooh, okay. Take your game to the next level with the Nintendo Switch 2 Pro controller. This controller includes a C button. We all saw what the C button does. For opening the game chat menu at any time. GR buttons. Okay. That you can freely map to any button you choose. An audio jack for headphones and headsets and other features. So they're saying, hey, it's a Pro controller because you got flappy paddles. You got one set of flappy paddles on the back. Nice. Not really. Claw buttons. That would have been nicer. But let's take a look at that feature list. HD Rumble 2. Okay, more enhanced HD Rumble, haptic feedback, kind of like, I'm thinking more along the lines of the DualSense controller. Motion controls. Everybody expected gyro. Built-in amiibo functionality, which means NFC. Fine. Capture button. Fine. Same thing. C button for game chat. Well, we saw what that does in the full direct. That was kind of expected to see that on the controller. It just makes sense. GR buttons that you can map on any macro, I guess you can choose. Well, maybe, no, it's probably not even going to be a macro, is it? It's probably just going to be a remap, so you can put A, B, X, Y, and your trigger and your bumpers down there. Let's take a closer look. Yeah, as you can see, it's just one set, and that's it. It really looks like they just took the standard Switch Pro controller and, added flappy paddles on the back. And then it says audio jack 4-pole stereo 3.5mm mini plug CTIA standard, and this can only be used with the Switch 2. Alright, so we've got some issues here, Nintendo. One, it looks a little better. It reminds me more of the GameSir Supernova than a standard Switch Pro controller. But one thing. Look at those shoulder buttons. You see the shoulder buttons? You see them shoulder buttons? I don't even think that's all the images we have. What's the issue with these shoulder buttons? They still look digital. If those are digital buttons in 2025, digital triggers, they're like, oh, but you don't need trigger locks. No. GameCube games that are exclusively Switch Online need analog triggers. They require them. It's built-in functionality. That won't work. I get, maybe that's why they're selling the GameCube controller. But then they're going to need to allow us to use older controllers, the Power A GameCube style or the Hori, whatnot, that do have those analog triggers. You need them. But it's 2025 and you're still giving us digital shoulder buttons. You went back and gave us digital triggers. I'm sorry, that was a big issue. Now, look at these lack of features in this controller. You're really going to see a plethora of third-party companies. 8BitDo is probably sitting back going, because one, there's no Hall effect sticks. There's no TMR. They're probably them silly ALPS ones that gain drift after who knows how many uses. Nobody wants ALPS anymore. Hall effect, TMR. At least give us Hall effect. I believe if they were in this controller, it would have said it. And how can you justify an $80 price tag in 2025 without having Hall effect sticks? 8BitDo. 8BitDo is going to come out with one $35, $40 at most. And you're going to get wireless. You're going to get HD Rumble, or who knows? Maybe they'll put an HD Rumble. They don't usually put an NFC, but you're going to get those programmable buttons on the back. You're going to get claw buttons, and you're going to get a Hall effect or TMR sticks. I wouldn't be surprised if they bring us the Ultimate C, the Ultimate 2 for the Switch, and it has all those features. TMR sticks, extreme low latency, two sets of programmable buttons, one in the back, one being claw buttons, and a better D-pad. They stuck with the same boo-boo butter. I'm just going to call it that because that's not the words I wanted to use. D-pad. They stuck with that. That is a poo D-pad. Don't get me wrong. The controller's nice. It looks good, and it's probably going to be dang comfortable, but it gives you the option, I will say, for a lot of different designs and colorways. You'll be able to have the faceplate one. Now, the faceplate will not be removable, I can tell you that. The grips are probably going to be another color. We already see that the top is white and the sticks are white, so we're going to get a lot more variations in terms of colors. We know Nintendo will do that. Nintendo's a sucker for that. But they're leaving the same style of sticks too. So I guess they're going with it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, even though it technically should be fixed. But hey, we're going to see a plethora of companies. We're going to see 8BitDo. We're going to see GameSir. We're going to see EasySMX. We're going to see PowerA. We're going to see PDP. We're going to see a ton of companies come out with features that Nintendo left out of this Pro Controller at a fraction of the price. Again, let's look at 8BitDo and GameSir. They've pumped out some amazing controllers for PC as well as Xbox and Switch as of late. And you don't think at those price points they're going to go, okay, Nintendo, hold my beer. And they're going to give you a controller with more functionality at half the price. We're going to easily see a $40 controller, $50 controller, $40 from 8BitDo. I would not be surprised. And they're going to go, you know what? We'll up it a little bit. We'll do 50, we'll do 60, but we're going to give you that charge dock. So you don't need that cable. And that's what they're going to do. And Nintendo just set themselves up. Yeah, there are people that will only buy first party. And I get that. I understand that. You want to keep everything Nintendo. Cool. There are people that do the same thing with Xbox. They only buy Xbox brand, Microsoft official first party, and same thing with PlayStation. I get you. No problem. I understand that. But there is no reason in 2025 that we should have a controller like this for $80 from Nintendo without specific features that everybody wants. And I'm saying at bare minimum, it doesn't need to have mechanical buttons. No, it doesn't. It doesn't need to have fancy optical switch. It doesn't need any of that. At $80, maybe it should, but at least have Hall effect or TMR sticks. At $80, give us TMR sticks. People are going to complain. People are going to complain. Hey, they took that one step with the mappable buttons in the back. Cool. Okay. Now it just makes me wonder, hey, is Nintendo gearing up for a $100 controller with Hall effect sticks and another set of programmable buttons, claw buttons, or something like that? I don't know. I'm just... Yesterday was a bunch of highs and lows, depending on when you're watching this. That Nintendo Switch 2 Direct was... games looked great. Games looked fantastic. Prices, not so much. They announced all kinds of accessories. I'm okay with that. I don't mind the camera. I don't mind any of the extra accessories. A little pricey, but I kind of expected that. And, well, when it gets into the price, I've seen a lot of companies blame stupid things for why it's so expensive in the US. Hey, geniuses, it's the same price around the world. So don't blame things going on here because Nintendo decided to jack up the prices. Don't be stupid. Okay, I know you dare to be stupid, but don't be stupid. Tell me what that is. If dare to be stupid. Okay. All right, we're done with that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Tell me what you think about this controller. Tell me if you think Nintendo's actually going to put Hall effect sticks even though they didn't put it there. Or TMR. I doubt TMR. I highly doubt TMR. Maybe Hall effect. I'm hoping. I don't know. We'll see. Thank you guys so much for watching. God bless you all. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Share this video. Like we always say, be legendary. Thanks again.